Hello everyone, we're learning Daf Mem Ches today. We're going to start from Mem Zayin Omud Beis at the bottom of the page, about 7 lines up. Iboiluhu. Says the Gemara Shaila. Eiche de Kobel Oleni Terusa Mau. We had a Machloikas Rebbe and Rabbanon. If I say you could put your pots or your ox in my chotzer, if I'm Mekabel Shmir or not. Rabbanon says that Mekabel Shmir, and Rebbe says you're not Mekabel Shmir. But even Rebbe's masking that if I said clearly that I'm Mekabel Shmir on it, I'm a shoyma. So the shaila is, now in the case where I am Mekabel Shmir, each one l'shitosoi, am I Mekabel Shmir that the pots, I won't break your pots and take care that your pots won't break anything, it won't cause damage to me? Or does it mean also I'll make sure that no one from the outside will come and damage your pots or your cow? Iboilu. When I was Mekabel Shmir, when you put your pot in my chotzer or your cow, that I won't damage those pots? Or maybe even guarding it from the outside world. Toshma, come and listen. The Tony Rabbi Yehuda Bar Simon. Rabbi Yehuda Bar Simon learned ben Nezokim de Ber Karna, and the brises of Nezokim of the Bei Karna. Ichnes Peroisav lechotzer balabayis. Someone put in his fruit into the chotzer balabayis, shaloi b'rishus, without permission. Boshori mimokim acher. Mamish, our case, came an ox from somewhere else. V'ochlon, and he ate them potter. V'im ichnes b'rishus. If I gave permission, the balabayis gave permission to put it into his chotzer, chayev. So the Gemara, man potter, man chayev. When it says potter and chayev, who are we talking about? Lav potter bal chotzer, v'chayev bal chotzer. Doesn't mean if it's without permission and potter from hezek that happens, and chayev, I'm chayev if it was with permission and Mekabel Shmir only. And we could see even from the outside, because here Ashur from the outside came and ate them. Amri, no, loy, potter bal Ashur. When it says potter bal Ashur, when it says potter means bal Ashur, the owner of the ox from outside. V'chayev bal Ashur, and when it says chayev, it's bal Ashur from the outside. Ask the Gemara, bal Ashur imar b'rishus u'may sheloi b'rishusika. What's the shaykhis over here to say b'rishus or loy b'rishus? What do we care if he put in the parrot b'rishus? This ox came from the outside. Amri, said the Gemara, b'rishus. If it's permission, with permission he put it into my field, and then this ox came from the outside. Aval Hashem b'rishus anizak. He's allowed to put his fruit, and therefore this is his rishus to put his fruit right now. And now when the ox came from outside, it's called rishus anizak. The Shem b'rishus anizak. What's the din? Chayeves. Shaloi b'rishus, if he put the fruit in my garden of our rishus, abel Shem b'rishus rabim, it's like rishus rabim, because it's not chotzer, it's not bir b'steache. The Shem b'rishus rabim p'tur. Toshma, let's bring you a different right. Ich nishur lechotzer balabayis shaloi b'rishus. Someone put in his ox in the chotzer balabayis without permission. Bosher mokim acher, and the ox came from somewhere else. The nokchoy and godit potter, his potter. V'imichnis b'rishus, if it's with permission, chayev. If it's with permission, you chayev. So here, let's see. So man potter, man chayev. Who's potter and who's chayev? La potter bal chotzer v'chayev bal chotzer. Doesn't mean the bal chotzer who gave him permission was Mekabel Shmir, and we could see that the Shmir is also from the outside. So the Gemara loy potter bal ashur v'chayev bal ashur. When it says potter, it means the owner of the shore who gold, and chayev, it means the owner of the shore who gold. Said the Gemara, yochi my b'rishus my shaloi b'rishusika. What's the shaykhus to say here b'rishus or not? Karen is always chayev, even in rishus rabim is chayev, so you can't say the teretz that we said before. So the Gemara, Amri, Hamani, who is this brisa Rab Tarfon? It's Rab Tarfon. The Oma meshuna Karen b'chotzer nizak nezek sholem mishalem. That Karen b'rishus nizak, you pay nezek shalom, not like Karen and Rishus Rabim, they pay chetzi nezek. So therefore, berishus, if I gave him permission to put his ox in my field, and then a cow from the outside, the ox came from the outside and then gored it, avale Karen b'chotzer nizek. He's allowed to put it, it's called his chotzer, and therefore mishalem nezek shalom, like Rav Tarfon's chiddush. Shaloi berishus, when they didn't give him permission, avale Karen b'rishus Rabim, it's considered rishus Rabim, v'lo mishalem elech chetzi nezek. And you only pay chetz nezek. So lefi this, when he said chayev a potter, chayev means nezek sholem, and potter means nezek sholem, but he's still chayev chetzi nezek. So have no raya. So this lady, the alta lemeifa bao beisa, she came in to bake in this house. Also Barucha, came the goat of the owner of the house, the mori the base of the owner of the house, and she ate. The goat ate the dough. Chovil, it got hurt from it. Umeis and died. Chive Rava was mechayev to the lady who came to bake leshlume, to pay the mei barcha the value of the goat. Said the Gemara, leima pliga de Rav. Let's say Rava is choylek on Rav. Why? The Omar Rav said before that when someone put in Pirush Eloi Bereshus and my cow ate it and it died, the Bala Peres is potter because Avalei Shaloi Toichal. The Omar Rav Avalei Shaloi Toichal. So also here, let's say the goat shouldn't have eaten this dough. So the Gemara Amri says the Gemara Ochi Ashosa. This is how you should put it. It's different between one to another. Hosom over there by the case of Rav Shaloi Bereshus. When you put the Paris in my Chotza Shaloi Bereshus Lo Yikobil Olei Niturusa, the owner was in a Kabel Shmira to God the cows that shouldn't be Nizak, and therefore you say Avalei Shaloi Toichal. Hocha Bereshus over here with permission when she came in to bake. Kabel Olei Niturusa, the lady who came in to bake, she has to be careful that she won't be mazik with her dough anything. And we're going to see in a second, Rashi already straight away said, doesn't make sense to what we said before. We said before that in Kamen Rishus Am Shoima, the owner, not the one who comes in, but we're going to see later on in the Gemara is going to ask straight away a kasha, and then we're going to see from the Teretz, it's going to answer also that kasha. So the Gemara, Maishno, why the difference? Maisha shenichnas alitchoin chitin etzel balabai shelo b'rishus. A lady came in to make flour from the wheat in the house of the balabais without permission, and the owner of animal ate his chitin, this wheat potter, he doesn't have to pay because she came in without rishus, and if she got damaged, chayeves. She, the person who came in, has to pay for the damage for the behema. Tama, the whole reason is shaloi b'rishus, is because she came in without permission. Harbor Shus Lecher will be the din if she came in with permission. P'tura, she doesn't have to pay for the damage for the balabais. So the Gemara Amri, no. Litchon Chitin is different. Kevin Deloy Boy Tznius, so when someone comes to make flour, you don't need any tznius. So therefore, Midi Loy Boy Mistalke Marvasa Dechotze Nafshay. Because it's not something that's not sneersdik, so the owner stays over there. So when he gave permission to let her come in, he's mekabel on him shmira v'alei didei romi niturusa, and he has to guard that his animals won't be nizak because he let her come in. But the baking came and the boy eats niusa because she picks up her sleeves to bake and it's not sneersdik. So the owner Marvosa, the chotzer, the owner of the chotzer miskalke nafshayu, he keeps away when she comes to bake. Ilka chalodi do rami neturusa. In such a specific case, the case of Rava, because it's obvious that the owner will go away, the lady who's coming in to bake has to make sure that she won't damage anything of the owner, and therefore she had to pay the price of the goat. Went into the Mishnah, you put in the ox and the chotzer balabais we saw, b'rishus shaloi b'rishus. Amar Rava, says Rava, someone put in his ox in the chotzer balabais without permission, and he dug in it different types of holes, different types of diggings. He has to pay for the damage that his shoy caused for the chotzer, that now there's holes in it. If he's mafkez chotzer now it's a burbishus rabin, the bal chotzer is chayiv. And now even though that we learned we learned to tell in the pasuk when a person digs a hole, and we darshan but if an ox does a hole in rishus rabin, the owner's no chayiv. Hocha, over here it's different. Since when he dug the hole it's still his rishus, so now when he should have covered it, since he had to fill it, and he didn't fill it up and he was mafker it, commanded carry dummy, as if he dug it, not Baal Asher, and therefore he's chayiv. But my Rabbi said another chiddush. Someone put in his ox in the chotzer balabais shaloi b'rishus without permission, the izik is balabais, and it caused damage the ox to balabais. Or balabais huzak boy, or the balabais tripped over this ox, chayiv, the person who put in without permission has to pay. Rovat, if this ox sat down and the balabais tripped on it, that's what the Gemara understands now, potter. Then he's potter for the damage for the balabais if he sat down. Ask the Gemara straight away, Mishum de Rovat, because he sat down, potter, doesn't make no sense. What's the difference? Omar Papa, my Rovat, what do we mean Rovat? She'irbitz glolim, that he made a poo. The mitzvah koilov shel balabais and the kelim of balabais got dirty. The other glolim bor that the poop is like a bor, v'lo motzinu bor shechai bor is a kelim. And we know that bor, it says, a special meal that's potter from damage that it caused to kelim, so therefore that's why he's potter. So the Gemara Anicha Shmuel, this goes very good to Shmuel, Doma Kol Takola, every cause of damage that's not an ox, that's like type of Avnoi Sakino Masoi, or these Glolin Boiru, so therefore it's potter. Ela Lurad de Oma, Ademafkele, that if he's not mafkarit and it's a damage like Glolim or like a Sakino Avnoi Sakino, it's Mamoino, is also here, Mom and is Chayav on Kaling, so why should he be potter? Do you want to say Rob is going only Lefi Shmuel? Michael Emeimer, so the Gemara, Amri stam glolim mafkuru. A poop no one wants to be zoich in it, so therefore it's hefka, and therefore it's bor, and bor is potter from kelim. Rava said further, someone came in to the chotzer balabais shaloi b'reshus without permission. The izik is balabais, and he harmed the balabais, he caused him nezek. Oy balabais huzak boy, or balabais fell over him, or got tripped over him. Chayev, he has to pay. Hizikoi balabais, if the balabais caused damage to the person who came in without reshus, potter. He is potter. Amar Papa, Sefer Papa, and Rava is explaining Rava, Loy Amar on that we said that if you cause damage to the person who came in without permission, you're potter. Elo deloy have yodabe. They didn't see him, and he was playing frisbee, and the frisbee hit his head. So he's potter. I didn't know you were here. Avalava yodabe. But if he knows that he's there, Zikoi balabais, if the balabais was masakim, chayev. He is chayev. My timer, what's the reason? Mishum de Omalei, the one who came in without permission, tells the balabais, Neidis lechushusa lafuki, very good, you have permission to take me out, lazuki, to damage me, less lechushusa, you don't have a shus to cause me damage biyadayim, and therefore you chayev. Selig more of Osdu letamayu. Rapapa and Rava who says the same thing over here, that if the one who has permission is potter and the one who doesn't have permission is chayev, if you go like what they say somewhere else, the Omar Rava that says Rava ve'itei mar papa, and some people say Papa say it shneim bereshus, if two people are going in a place where they both have permission to go, let's say reshus arabim or chotzer shutfim, or shneim sheloi bereshus, or both of them are no permission, let's say they're both running in reshus arabim, hiziku the chayovim. If they cause biyodayim damage one to each other, they have to pay. If they got damage, they tripped one over each other or something like that, pturim, the other one doesn't have to pay. So midayek tamed the shneim bereshus. The whole reason why we say this thing is because they both have permission to be here, or shneim sheloi bereshus. They both don't have permission to be here. Aval echad bereshus, it's mashma. If one has permission, ve'echad sheloi bereshus, and the other one doesn't have permission, the bereshus, the one who has permission, potter sheloi bereshus, chayev. Like what we said before, in the case where someone came in without reshus to chotzer balabais. Said in the Mishnah, someone put in an ox without permission to chotzer balabais, and it fell in the well, and he made the water dirty and damaged the water. Chayev, he needs to pay for the damage he's caused. Omar Rava says Rava, Loishonu, this is only talking about she'evish b'shas nefila. If the ox was full of dirt, and he fell in and he caused damage to the bird, then he needs to pay. If he fell in and afterwards he stank the bird, potter. Why? My timer, now that the shor is already inside and he's dead inside and he stinks up, he becomes a bird. Umayim kelim, and mayim are considered like kelim. And we know that bird is potter for kelim. Said the Gemara, very good l'shmuel do'amar kol takola baru. That every time when you have a takola, abno sakino masoi, it's midin bor and you potter mikelim. Ela l'rav, the Omar who says adem afkilei, and that if he's not mafkirit, it's mamoinoi, and mamoinoi is chayev for kelim. So why won't he be chayev for the cow damaging the water? Ma'ikelemema. What can he say? So the Gemara ela itma ochi itma. Let's change a bit what Rava said. This is what Rava said. Omar Rava lo shonu ele she'ivish migufoi. That he caused. Sorry, before I said this already. Before Rava said that depends if it's straight away or afterwards, because straight away it's mamoino and afterwards it's gufoy. And on that we asked that even afterwards, Lifi Rav, it should still be Mammon Amazik. So now we say that Rava said, Lo Yishanu Ele Shevish Migufoy. When are you chayev on the water when he caused damage from the dirt on him? They had on him, but if it's from the smell of the dead animal, potter. My timer, what's the reason? Groma ba'alma. It's only a groma, it's not hezek b'yodayim, a groma ba'alma, and when you only cause not direct damage, loy mechayev, you don't have to pay. It said in the Mishnah, what happens if Oya Aviv Ibn Lisoicha, his father or son of the owner of the chotzer, was in this burr and the cow fell on it and killed him? Mishalim is a koifa. The one who put him without permission, the shur, has to pay koifa. Fragt the Gemara, why is it so hotam? It's a tam, meaning. So the Maram Shif explains here one way of learning. I'm going to go with my father, the way my father learns. That how does it make sense that there is a muad to do such a thing? It doesn't really make sense. He's a tam. Normally a muad, he goes and goes, but here, well, he fell in the hole. How could he say he's a muad? It's a funny case. Omar Rav says, Rav, b'muad lipol abnei odom b'baris. No, there is an ox that he goes and he done it a few times. He falls onto people in a hole. And therefore he's a muad, and therefore he has to pay koifa. Yochi fragt the Gemara, if so, Barktolu, why don't you kill him? Bishleima, normally, how do we have a case of muad by a shur? Is because he called one time and he killed and ran away. Or, but over here, he couldn't run away. Why didn't he kill him after the first time? How did he become a muad? Explains Rashi. Rav Yosef says, Rav Yosef, that he didn't specially fall on the person to kill him. He saw some grass growing at the edge of the burr. He tried eating it and he slipped in, and he did it a few times, and therefore you don't kill the shur because it didn't have kavanah to kill. But he becomes a muad, and he becomes a muad, and it's not already a shino. And Rashi explained that the chiyuv over here, even though they won't kill the shur, the chiyuv is midin shen. That shen that kills was also chayav koifa. Shmuel Omar, so that's one way of understanding our mission. When it says chayav the koifa, it's midin shen. Shmuel Omar, no. Homoni Rabbi Yosef Glili. Our mission is Rabbi Yosef Glili, who holds to Omar tam mishalim chetzi koifa. When it says over here koifa, it means chetzi koifa, and Rabbi Yosef Glili holds also tam pays koifa, only chetzi. Ula Omar, so that's the second teretz. Ula Omar Rabbi Yosef Glili. It's also Rabbi Yosef Glili, but he adds on another thing, who says the Omar Karav Tarfin, who holds that Karav Tarfin, who holds Karen Bechotza Nizak, even though the Karen Bershus Ram pay Chetzi Nezek. Bechotza Nizak Nezek Sholem Mishalim, you pay Nezek Sholem. So Ochinami also here Koifa, even though the Tam pets Chetzi Koifa, but if it's Bershus Nizak like by us, Koifa Sholem Mishalim, you pay a full Koifa. So we have three ways how understanding the Koifa in the Mishnah. Or that's talk about a funny case, and it's midin shen, that he tried eating the grass off the edge. Or that it's somewhere Rabbi Yosef Glili that he pays chetzi koifa, or Rabbi Yosef Glili together of tarfin that because it's chotza nizak he pay koifa sholem. Said the Gemara Bishleima leula. So we're saying leula, who said that it's talking about it's Rabbi Yosef Glili together of tarfin eine diktoni oyo aviv ibn Lisoicha. That's why it says especially not a random person, especially his father or his son, and that's why it's called chotza nizak, and that's why he pays koifa sholem. Elo l'Shmuel, they said that it's talking about chetzi koifa. My iri aviv ibnoi. Why does it need to be his father or son? Afilu acher nami, it could be anyone who was in the hole, and he pay chetzi koifa, because even in Rishus Rabim, the first time he pay chetzi koifa. So the Gemara Ocha de Milsaktoni, who normally is in the hole, his father or son, but it could have been really someone else. That says father or son is not coming to tell you a duke, it's just the natural way of things are. The Mishnah continues and says, we said that Rabbi says that it's not enough, the machlokes Rabbi and Rabbanon. Rabbanon say if I let permission to put in the pots, so I'm mekabel shmira, and Rabbi says only if I'm mekabel shmira mefurish. Itmar, we learned Rava Oma Alocha Kurtane Kama, that letting permission to put in my chotza is already Shmira. But Shmuel says no. Ich is a Rebbe that Ad Shaloi Mikabel Shmira Mefreshes. That I let to put it into my chotza doesn't mean that Mikabel Shmira. Toner Rabbanon learned Knoi Shoicha v'Shomroi, bringing your ox into my chotza v'Shomroi, but you keep it hizik, and now it caused damage. Chayev, the owner of the shore is chayev. Huzak, it got damaged by one of my something in my property. Potter, I'm Potter, and because you had to guard it, you're sure that you put into my chotza. Now, new case. If I say bring in Yeshua and I will guard it, clearly I'll guard it. Huzak, if it got damaged, chayev, I'm chayev because I said I was mekabel shmira. Hizik, if it was mazik me, Potter, he's Potter, the owner of the shore is Potter, because I was mekabel shmira, it's my fault. So now we have here, there's three cases. There's a case where I say clearly you keep it, you could bring it in but you have to guard it. There's a case where he says I'll keep it, clearly, and there's the case where I just say I'll let you put it in and we don't talk about responsibility. So frag the Gemara Kasha. Hokuf Akashi, we have a steer over here. Omar, you said at the beginning, if I said bring in your ox and I'll guard it, and you guard it, he's chayev huzak potter. So we die from the Tama, the Omar Loi Shomroi. The whole reason is because I said you guard it, the chayev balashor. That's why the balashor is chayev potter balachotza, and I'm potter. Hostama, if I just said bring it in, and I didn't say you guard it, what's it in? Chayev balachotza, I will be chayev. Upotter balashor, and the balashor will be potter. Why? The bistoma, if I didn't say who's shomer it, just by letting you put your shor into my chotza, mekabel oleni tirusa. I'm mekabel oleni shmira, who is that? Lechera, that's Rabbanon. Ema Sefer, let's look in the Sefer. Knoi shorcha v'ani shmirenu. I said bring in your ox, and I will guard it. Clearly I will guard it. Huzak, if it caused damage, chayev, I need to pay. Hizik, if it caused damage to me, to balachotza, potter. Tama the Omar Levani Shmurena is mashma. The whole reason why the din is, like we said, is because I said clearly I'm Mekabel Shmura. Who the Mechayev Balachota? That's why I am Chayev Potter Balashur. Hostoma, if I said just bring it in and I didn't say who will guard it, Chayev Balashur, the Balashur will be Chayev, Potter Balachotza. And the Balachotza's Potter, the Mistoma, when I don't say clearly who will be Shomer it, I just give permission to bring it in. Loi mikabel olei nitrusa. I'm no mikabel shmira. Ason Rebbe. That goes lefi Rebbe. Don't actually kabel olei nitrusa. That if I'm no mikabel shmira, there's no shmira of me. You still mechuyev to keep it. The one who brought in the shor. Ado actually kabel olei nitrusa. Bala bayis lishma until I'm mikabel shmira b'mefurish. Practically more ratio rabbanon. The ratio is rabbanon v'sefer Rebbe. It doesn't make sense. One brayso with two shittas. Omer Rabelova, says Rabelova, Tereta, we've seen many times in Baba Kama, more than other Masechtes Tavra, break up this brisa. Misha Shonazu, Loi Shonazu, the one who said the Bereisha, that's Rabbanon, Loi Shonazu didn't say the Sefer, that's Rebbe. It's really the Machloikis in this brisa, even without saying it clearly. Rava Omano, Kula Rabbanon here. Really the whole brisa is Rabbanon. So the Reisha is very good. If I said, you got it, that's when he's chayev. But if I said stam, I'm mekabel shmira, because stam is shmira. And l'chera, what's behind the sefer that I said that I need to guard it? L'chera, even if I didn't say I should guard it, I should mekabel shmira b'stoma. The Torah says I did in Osiv Reisha. Since in the Reisha it says shomer, I said clearly you guard it. Therefore, tona sefer v'ani shmirenu, it said also I'll guard it. But really in the sefer, even if I didn't say clearly I'll guard it, I'm a kabel on mis shmira, because Rabbanon holds by letting permission to bring into my chotza, that's already Kabbalah shmira. So the whole brayso is Rabbanon. Rapapa says Kula Rebbe. Really the whole brayso is Rebbe. So therefore the sefer fits in very good, but the Reisha doesn't fit in good. So what's in the Reisha? In the Reisha it says that if I said Shomra, if I said to guard it, I'm potter. But mashma stam, I'm chayev. But if you're Rebbe, even stam, I'm not chayev until I'm mekabel shemur b'mefurish balabais. So the Gemara of Esova look Rab Tafel, and Rebbe And Rebbe holds like Rav Taf, and the Omar Karen b'chotza nizak nezek sholem mishalem. The Karen in Bershus Nizak, non Rishus Rabbim, you don't pay chetzi nezek, you pay nezek sholem. Therefore, hilkach Omar le shomroi, if I told the person who brought in the shor, you guard it, loy makni le mokoi. So I'm not giving him a place b'chotza in the chotza. V'ava le Karen b'chotza nizak, and it's Karen, but when my cow goes this cow, when his cow that he brought in goes my cow, it's my Rishus HaYochid, and you many guard your cow. The Karen b'chotza nizak, what's the din? Mishalem nezek sholem. You pay nezek sholem, that's why you pay nezek sholem. Lo yomar lo shomroi, but if I didn't say shomroi, even though that if I didn't say Shomroi, I'm still not Mekabel Shmir on me, but if I didn't say Shomroi, Aknu Yakne Limokoi B'chotza. If I say you don't need to guard it and I let you put it into my chotza, it means to say you have a place in my chotza, you could put it in me, and now you're shutuf. And therefore, V'avalei chotza shutfim. And now we are shutfim in this chotza, V'keren b'chotza shutfim, what's the din? Einu mishalem ela chetzi nezek. You only pay chetzi nezek. So, to explain this outside in the Sefer, it's very good. It fits in like Rebbe, and in the ratio where it says Shomroi, and we say we u'medayik dafka Shomroi, that's when he's chayev. But if I didn't say Shomroi, he's potter. No, it doesn't mean he's potter. If I didn't say Shomroi, we are shutfim, and then he's still chayev, but only chetzi nezek. And why did the Brisa say Shomroi? To make it no chotza shutfim, that he's chayev nezek sholem. That's why the Brisa said Shomroi, but not to tell you that if I didn't say Shomroi, he's potter legamrei.